Hi everybody, it's Miss Judy here for Thursday Evenings Art Outside the Box. I've got a fun project I want to share with you tonight. It's geared towards the holidays, Christmas season, and we are going to be making these fun little Santa Claus ornaments or wall hangings. Got a couple of them I put together here with just a few materials, a lot of which you might have on hand, and all of them are relatively inexpensive. So what you will need is a paintbrush. I got this up at the local hardware store and it was about $1.27. They come in all different sizes. This one happens to be a 3-inch and I kind of like this, but there's smaller ones as well. You'll need some paint. The colors I used were, I've got a red, white for my polka dots, and then I'm gonna show you a green one today that's kind of fun. And you'll need some embellishments. I have some Google eyes, and if anybody knows me, I'm a big lover of Google eyes. I think they're great fun. I've got some little jingle bells, and I've got a couple of these little pom-poms. I've got some felt, just some regular craft felt, but you could use fabric, you could even use paper. I've got a glue gun I'm going to be working with. And then I also have some ribbon for the tie. So hang with me here for a second and I will show you how to put these together. Thanks for being here tonight. All right, let's get started. I went ahead and painted my brushes beforehand so that you didn't have to sit and wait and watch this dry. But I simply just used some acrylic paint that we have here on hand, craft paint. And I put 2 coats on here. And then to do the polka dots, this was pretty easy. I just took the end of my brush, dipped it in my paint, and dot, 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 dot. Let that dry real well because the dots take a little bit of time and you don't want to be smearing them all over like I have done before. So I did that. Let me grab this one. I've got a green one here too, and I thought, well, we'll do some kind of a little Grinch theme with him. The other thing that I did is the bristles on the paintbrush are kind of a brown looking, so I just took a brush and some white paint and covered that up pretty well, and I think that makes it look a lot better. So the next step I'm going to do, and I'll set this one right here, so you can kind of see that. I'm gonna make my hat. And for that, I used some felt. And I cut this to size so that it would go all the way around my brush and meet in the back. And for this, you're gonna need some hot glue. Let's set this right here. So I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit. And I can smell my glue gun. It's heating up already. So I want to fold a little edge of this over, and I'll just take the glue gun, put a line of glue. Well, I think it's warm. Here we go. Put a line of glue down here. Be careful with these. It's very easy to burn yourself on hot glue. It likes to stick to your fingers. So I've got that, and then I'm just going to carefully fold this over so it makes kind of a nice little finished edge. There we go. Just as I thought. I did get some on my finger, but it's not too bad. All right, missed a little corner here. So like I said, if you don't have any felt or any material, you can always use some paper to do this. You'll get the same effect. Okay. So now I'm gonna wrap this around and I'm gonna put it right up above where the metal is on my paintbrush, because I'm gonna use this part for the eyes. So once again, I'll take the glue gun, and on the other side, I'll run a line of glue just like so. You can do anything you want with these. The possibilities are endless. Find some things around the house, and if you've got different ribbon. I'm just going to wrap that right around there and have it meet up in the back. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now I've got most of my Santa hat. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I've got some red felt, so I'm going to cut a little chunk of this off. You don't have to be real exact here, it's all going to work out just fine. And I'm going to measure, just with my hands, the width of my felt here. And I'm going to cut this. You can see I'm not being real particular about this. And then I'm going to cut it into a triangle for the hat. All right. And that is going to go right here. So I'll put a line of glue on this. Just kind of press that down. And there you go, you've got the top of the hat. I'm going to trim up some of these little pieces like you can see sticking out here when I'm finished. And I think what I'll do is take this corner and I'm going to tack this down like so. Okay? That's not sticking, is it? Here we go. All right, next let's put the eyeballs on, see how that looks. So I've got two little Google eyes here. And these do have sticky on them, but I like to use the hot glue because I think they'll adhere better. So I like to put them kind of close together. Gives it kind of a fun look. And this one right here. So you can see it's kind of starting to take shape. Next, let's put a nose on him. And I like these little pom-poms. These are kind of fun. This one's got some sparkle to it. Put a little glue on there, and I'm going to put that right between his eyes. So there you go, almost finished. I think for his hat, we will put a little jingle bell, and I'm pretty sure this will stick with the hot glue, so let's give this a try. It looks like it's going to. A lot of these things are just kind of an experiment. If this didn't stick, we could take it off and put some ribbon to it, or you could even sew it on if you're using fabric. But I think that's gonna work pretty well when that dries. So the last thing you'll wanna do is add something at the top so that you can hang it. And I have some, whoops. I've got some raffia ribbon right here that I like to use. So we'll just pull a little bit of this out. And once again, if you wanted to put a jingle bell on this, you could do that too. Looks like I'll have to cut this. Here we go. So I'll just pull a few strands off of here. and thread these through. Most of these paintbrushes do have a hole at the top of them, which kind of comes in handy. So we'll thread that through there. And then I'm just going to tie a nice bow here. And we'll trim this up a little bit. And we'll trim up this little edge here on the felt. And there you go. That was pretty quick and easy. I had another idea for one. I love this kind of fluorescent green, and I thought, well, everybody loves the Grinch, don't they? So why don't we make one that is kind of reminiscent of the Grinch? So I've got another little piece of felt here. The only thing I haven't done yet is paint this, so I will do that when we're finished, but I don't want to be working with wet paint, so we'll just go ahead and make a hat. I hope you've been watching our videos. Last week we had a friend of mine, Lynn Casey, on, and she made some beautiful earrings out of some very, very simple materials. You can always go back if you missed something. We're on every Thursday night, but if you go to our Facebook page and look back, you'll be able to see past videos of things we've done. We've got a few fun things coming up. We had Jessie here last week, and she made a beautiful dried flower wreath. We're going to be visiting Olive Fresh in Sturgis next week, and they're going to show us some of their cool products for gift giving or for yourself. Okay, that's just about right. So we'll see how this turns out. I didn't really have a plan for this one like I did for the other ones. But sometimes that's a good way to work. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to have to put a little glue on the back side here too. I think we'll keep this guy pretty simple. So we'll give him a couple of big Google eyes. And here he is so far. I think I'll put a little jingle bell on his hat. And we'll give him a green shiny nose. Here we go. I kind of like him. Got an extra eye stuck to him. This hot glue is it's kind of stringy. All right, let's finish him off with a ribbon on top and we'll be all set to go. Thought this was kind of a fun color. This is just some curling ribbon. So we'll cut a piece of this off. Thread that through. So you can put these together pretty quickly, as you can see. Most of these materials, if you don't have them at home, You can pick up some things at your local dollar store, craft store. There's nothing on here that costs very much money, so you could throw a few of these together to give away or for yourself in a couple of hours. Just takes a little imagination. I'm going to curl this ribbon up. Here we go. Okay, there's my version of the Grinch. Thanks everyone for being with me tonight. I had a really good time with this project and I hope you did too. So hopefully you'll have some things on hand you'd like to use up and some time and some imagination, and you can try your hand at this. I'll see you next week. I'm kind of working on something right now, and if everything goes well, I think you're in for a real treat, and I mean that literally. So I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care, and bye-bye.